Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another Doctor Who episode. This is the Sensorites Part 1. Last story was the Aztecs. Really enjoyed the that episode story. Um, I enjoyed the sort of moral dilemmas that they explored, similar to what they explored in the fires of Pompeii. So, yeah, I don't think there's much else to talk about. I know I've been gone for a long time. That's been due to a number of factors, most notably my university studies. Um, Yeah, the full uncut unedited reaction is available on Patreon, listed in the description below. And let's just get straight on into this. I really do like this TARDIS console design. You know,
This
obviously,
says everything is stopped, but the ship.
What did you mean, Barbara, inside something?
Perhaps that's why we still appear to be moving.
I even enjoyed
Covered with static.
seeing it in the new
Let's try
series.
again, Susan.
That could be caused by an unsuppressed motor.
Isn't Susan usually the one that wants
Neither of them
to
have acted
explore,
with an unwinding time.
along with the Doctor?
Recharges the spring inside for 24 hours.
Yes.
I could have.
At about 3
It's
o'clock.
been a while since I watched the last
Those
episode,
we
so I could have
say
made a
that
mistake
they've
there.
only just stopped. Now that would mean the last movement of their wrists would be at least 24 hours ago.
Heart resuscitator?
Carol, place this against Carol's chest.
I'm sorry. Carol's dead.
Please, do as I ask.
Get back! Get away!
Must get up the other end! What is happening, my friend? Can't you control the ship?
I'm powerless. The Sensorites are stronger than I am.
Which is your parallel thrust?
There!
Right, velocity, Chesterton. Check velocity.
Yeah.
It's not even on the unit marker, Doctor.
Don't try and control the spacecraft. It's suicide, I tell you.
Please go away.
Velocity needle's hitting the red, Doctor.
Right, stay
That's
on
probably
the
what I'd
Chesterton.
say to him.
At last. At last. The ship was rolling about in its axis. Oh,
Grandfather, look! We're heading straight for it. It's a sun sphere.
oh. Where's your deflection vanes? Bacon! Deflection vanes!
There, the white panel, but it's useless.
Oh, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Reading, please.
Max 3, breaking 1.
19 miles to the nearest point of impact.
Closing fast. Barbara, we're going to hit. We're going to hit. Lifting slightly.
We're on collision course.
Jet. Jet course. Port. Now. Oh, check system. Green light normal.
Yes, green light's on.
Yes, they're dangerous and cunning, these people, but that's not all. Things are very strange here. You know, they can control, they can frighten, and yet they don't attempt to kill you. Furthermore, they feed you and keep you alive. All this is most extraordinary.
Yes. I'm talking about food. I shall be glad when we eat. How's it coming along?
All right. You're ready in a minute. I'm Russians a la carte. Well, from the size of
So-
our stocks, they've obviously been giving us their own.
It's like they're using them for their own personal
Tell
entertainment.
me, have either of you ever met any of these creatures or seen them?
John has.
Ah, he's the other member of your crew, isn't he?
Yes, our mineralogist.
I'd like to have a talk with him.
I'm afraid that's out of the question.
Oh, why not?
I'd rather not talk about it.
I suppose she meant the water was through this door. Let's try it. Can't see any handle on the door. Now try this. That doesn't work.
How could they not have seen him? Well, maybe.
I don't think we should stay in here.
Hey, this is bliss.
I wonder where that water is.
I don't know.
Shh. Listen.
Susan, she's supposed to be 16, isn't she?
We must find out about John.
We've been over this 100 times before, Carol.
But the other times were different. The Sensorites made our decisions for us.
As far as we know, they still do.
But the doctor and the others showed us we can resist them. We can. It's only fear that makes us weak, that's all.
That may be so, but...
And worse.
You mean they've taken over his mind?
Yes.
What's it done to him? Carol, you've got to tell me.
He'll be frightened of strangers. He may become violent.
It didn't seem violent to me. He seemed in pain.
Are you...
What they would have done so long ago.
Well, if that collision course was their idea of a joke, I'd hate to be one of their enemies.
They wouldn't really try to crash us. They just keep on playing this game of nerves.
What's that noise? Yes, we always hear that.
Interference now on all our scans.
Now remember, all of you, no violence unless the Sensorites start it first.
Why no violence? Surely we've got the right to protect ourselves.
My dear Cheston, it's our minds that they take over. So we must assume that the brain is all important.
Doctor. Doctor.
Man, they look so funny. The Unwilling Warriors. Okay, so that was Doctor Who, the Sensorites, on the planet Sensphere. If I can insert here a clip of when that's mentioned in New Who, I will. Let me just see if I can do that now.
Ah, got it. The Ood sphere. I've been to the solar system before, years ago. Ages. Close to the planet Sensphere. Widen out.
Okay, so that was just a little clip of when we've seen the Ood sphere in New Who. Let's just break down this. We start off in the TARDIS. We find out that there's a conflict in the instruments, one saying that we've landed, one saying that we're not. Then we have here a really nice moment between Doctor and the gang, talking about, you know, the previous episodes, what they've been through. I think Ian and Barbara are really two companions and characters that really have developed, especially in their attitude. They started off as, you know, you kidnapped us, we want to go home, take us home now. Now they're a lot more open to staying and really enjoying what they've been doing. The Doctor and the gang then head out of the TARDIS to find out that they're on a spaceship. They seem to be dead. They then, the male matron, or I can't remember what he was called. But the captain, he moves. Then we have these heart resuscitators that they use to wake themselves up, or at least Barbara, and that wakes them up. They ask, how's the Earth? And they say, still too much air traffic. The Doctor's here saying, I never interfere. And Ian's absolutely cracking up laughing about that because, well, it's so not true. We're talking also that half of England is literally called Central City now, is it? It was something like that. Then they want them to go. The TARDIS lock is being removed using some sort of weapon. They smell burning. They find that the lock's been completely removed. Ian says, can we break down the door? But obviously that's not a possibility. We then find the Sensorites are trying to crash the ship into the planet, which we later discover is an exercise in fear to test the Doctor and his companions, their reaction. Then we have the two women go looking for water, but they were unaware about the dangers, or the danger that was lying beyond that door. John, his mind has been damaged, for lack of a better word. Yeah, it was being damaged by the Sensorites. Then we find that, here they are with John, and I don't think he's intentionally trying to scare them. I do get the feeling that that's not his intention, he's just wanting help. We find out that she's engaged to John. She said to Ian that he may become violent if he's scared, which is true about anyone. Barbara then sort of comforts him, tries to keep him calm. They're trying to break through the door, the lock, to get through. We then hear that there are spaceships sort of outside that carry the Sensorites. And then we see their little ships in space. We then have them trying to protect the ship and man the controls. We then see them for the first time. They look a bit ridiculous, but that's okay. This is classic Who. It was made in the 60s. No one really expects it or should expect it to be, to New Who's standards. Okay, so that was Doctor Who, the Sensorites. An okay episode. I don't think it was spectacular. I found it dragged a bit. But that's okay, the last story was decent. I'm really, yeah, it just seemed a bit okay. It wasn't as good as it could have been, I think, but it had some good moments in. I especially think at the very beginning when they were talking about the past was absolutely brilliant. And how they've changed because they have, in just one season we've seen them develop. I'm not sure we've seen Susan develop that much. I don't think we've really seen her character develop much more than what she was. She still screams, everything like that. It's, yeah, not much in the way of character development from Susan, but certainly we've seen a bit of character development from the Doctor as well, in that he still does get angry sometimes, but there's a lot more. I think we see a bit more of what you could call maybe Capaldi's Doctor in him. Certainly, I can see a lot of inspiration coming from the first Doctor in Capaldi. Yeah, but I think that's it for now. The full uncut, unedited reaction is available on Patreon, as well as my social media accounts are listed in the description below, Facebook and Twitter, and also location to a number of podcast places where the YouTube version exists in audio only as well. That's all for now, and I will see you on Wednesday. Okay, bye.